Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of Blade and Soul, today we will be talking about Tekken. So this is more oriented to beginner players or fairly new players or people who have been playing very casually but want to learn a little bit more about throw cancelling, that is breaking, and how to do throws properly. So let's switch to Tekken. Here you can see the menu, but let's go to practice mode. I'll be playing as Kunimitsu, but you don't have to. You can play whoever you want to be. Some things may be a little bit different, but in general it is not that big of a deal honestly right now. Because mostly I will be talking about the very basics of Tekken, the fundamentals regarding throws. So to do a generic throw, first you need to know what are the buttons. What are 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? If you do not know, what you can do, you can press on start the menu button and then go to move list. Here you can see the help button. I have the Xbox layout here, so I have to press X. I am not an Xbox player myself, I play on PC, but this is just the basic layout. If you press on that, you can see the buttons. So you can see a blue, yellow, green and red pinkish color button. It explains itself here, which is left punch, right punch, left kick and right kick. But what we call them in general for the universal language regarding Tekken is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So blue will be 1, yellow will be 2, green will be 3 and red, pink will be 4. So it will be left punch is 1, right punch is 2, left kick is 3 and right kick is 4. Remember that, and remember the button layout on your specific system you're playing on. So if you're playing on PC, you're probably going to use a Xbox controller or you're going to use a PlayStation controller or stick, but the layout will be pretty much the same unless you reconfigure it yourself. So to do a generic throw, all you need to do is press 1 plus 3 or 2 plus 4. You can see I did 1 plus 3 and 2 plus 4. You need to be close to your opponent to do this. So what you can do the throw, but as you can see it missed, it whiffed. What you can do instead is press and hold forward while doing the throw. But you need to do it properly. As you can see, I can now reach. So that's a tech you should know if you have looked into move list. But if you haven't, this will probably happen before you actually figure out, oh, I have to press forward from this range while pressing 1 plus 3 or 2 plus 4 to do the throw and actually reach. So as you have seen before, I messed up my input quite often. I did this or this because I did not press the buttons simultaneously. Now I'll teach you how to make sure you always do your throws properly. There are two main ways. One, just keybind it on your other keys like R2, R1, your shoulder buttons, your triggers. You can keybind on that, just like the radar is on your right shoulder button or your R1 on PlayStation controllers. That's the easy one. You can keybind it through the control setup menu, whatever it's called. Fairly easy to find. I don't think I can do it here. Oh, I can actually do it here. Controller setup it is called, and here you can set it up. As you can see, I use left punch and right punch, there's 1 plus 2 at LB, and left kick, right kick, LT, and for key charge I use RB. So I don't have any throw keybinds or key bounds in fact. So there's another way which I like to use, which I actually prefer. It's also a little mix-up. So what I like to do is I just buffer, and you may not know what buffering means. So to put it simply, you just press one button and hold it. Then, while holding the button, press the other button to combine it, because it will not continue jabbing. Because I'm holding one, it's not jabbing, as you can see. What I need to do is press 3, and now I'll do the throw. That's much easier and also much more fun, because you can actually just jab and then do the throw, instead of just trying to do the throw instantly, where you can mess up the input. And as you could see, I can actually reach after this. What I also can do is, even if he blocks and he backdashes after the jab, I can still hold the jab. I can do forward while holding 1 plus 3 to reach. And the same applies to 2 plus 4. Press 2 first and then do the throw. As you can see, I did the forward input, which I like to do in general, because then I make sure I actually reach if it's far away. Or you can just press 4 and hold, then do forward plus 2 as well. Or not even forward, just this. If you're close enough, you can do it. So those are generic throws, and you have learned how to buffer and use keybinds, which is actually simple. Just press the key and use forward if it's far away. If it's not far away, you can actually just press the key and it will do the throw. Now, you know the basic of doing throws, but now you want to break a throw. How do I do that? So if it's a generic throw, so I will set up the CPU as repeat action and make him record what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a 1 and then a 1 plus 3, because I buffered it. Easier this way for me. You don't necessarily have to do the same, but what you can do is just heaven, and then he tries to throw. As you can see, I was far away from him. You can see a purple artifact while he's actually starting the throw, and that window is a small window you have to react. You can actually break the throw. Because we know 1 plus 3 and 2 plus 4 are generic throws, we know we only have to press 1 or 2 to break the throw. That's all we need to do. He's going to throw, and I just press once. 1. Now let's do this as well, and I press 2. As you can see, I broke both of them. And the throw is actually a 1 plus 3 throw. So this is a generic throw. And the same applies to a 2 plus 4. So you can just break it by pressing 1 or 2 when you see the purple artifact. What you can also do is just mash the button like this to make sure you get out, if you know that it's actually a generic throw. To identify whether it's a generic throw or it's not a generic throw, you just have to look at the hands. Which of his hands is reaching forward more than the other one? If there's none reaching forward more than the other one, then you know it's not a generic throw in general. There's exceptions to this rule, but most of them are going to be a generic throw if one of the hands is reaching forward compared to the other one. But if both of the hands are reaching forward and as far as one another, then usually you need to break this with a 1 plus 2. So let's do that with Heihachi, because I know his actual command throw, which is forward 1 plus 2 if I remember correctly. It is. And as you can see, he used his hands the same range. It's very hard to see if you're not used to it. But what you can do, as you can see, I'm pressing 1, it did not break. I'm pressing 2, it will not break either. What I need to do is press 1 plus 2, and I mesh it usually just to make sure I actually get it, because it's quite tricky sometimes. The window is not too small, so you still have time if you're just reading what's actually happening and then react. That's basically it for command throws and normal throws, generic throws. So I switched to Kazumi because she actually has an unblockable throw. What this means is, if you get caught by this throw, you cannot break it. Whether you use 1, 2 or 1 plus 2, you cannot break this throw. You can also not block the throw, because throws cannot be blocked by holding back. Usually you can just crouch to actually whiff the throws, because throws usually are highs. But for Kazumi, because this is an unblockable, a very slow move, it is a special mid, meaning whether you're crouching, whether you're sidestepping, or whether you're blocking or trying to break it with 1, 2 or 1+2, it will still throw you. But how do I deal with this, right? It seems so OP, but it is actually not. So I already said, it is actually really slow. I recorded Kazmi's unbreakable, unblockable throw. If I play it, it's like this. It has to be in her stance, her fly stance. And then you can see she's reaching out with her hand back and then towards you. And you can see it's very slow. What I can do is I can just jab. That's all I need to do. Because if I crouch, you can see it still connects. Just try to sidewalk. It may not, but it's still hard if you do not expect it. Sometimes you will be getting caught while trying to sidestep, which is just too late. You can see, for some reason, I get connect still, but it's kind of tricky. He's weak to the right side, because usually is, because me. But if you're just too late or just not stepping enough, you'll still get caught. So I would actually recommend to get away, backdashing, or jab. Just one jab. Because that's the fastest move you have in general. One jab. You can see it actually works, so let her fly and then try to do the throw. You have a lot of time to actually respond to this. So you may be able to actually use a 12 frame move, maybe even 15 frame move to actually launch. So you can actually hop kick as well. I did not wait enough. You see, it's so slow. You can do a full combo out of it. So don't be afraid to actually react. Otherwise, just try to whiff it. Then you're safe. And that's pretty much what I do. To actually work against the unbreakable, unblockable throws. Just try to react to it or just get away. Getting away is the easiest part, but sometimes it's kind of tricky with the mix-ups. Or the easiest is actually just jab. Jab is the most safe one, because you will definitely win if you just connect. If jab is not good enough because it's a little bit far, use another move that's a little bit has a bit of range, like forward for 2 for Jin, Kazmi, Kurimitsu should work. And for some characters, back 2 will work as well, like Kurimitsu, Power Crush, Kazmi will work as well. Back to 1, it is for Kazmi if I remember correctly. So that's all you need to know about the basic throws, the generic throws, the command throws, and how to buffer, how to break them, and how to deal with unblockable, unbreakable throws. So there may be some more stuff I actually haven't gone into, but this is very useful for newer players or players who are trying to learn the game, or casuals but want to know, or people who just didn't know. So I hope you liked this video and hope to see you in the next one. So back to me. I also stream every single week on Thursday and Sunday at 2 PM CET, since I live in Europe. So if you want to join in and want to see me play Tekken, do community games, play Blade & Soul, or just chatting, or maybe something else, because I'm actually going to play Valorant very soon if I reach the 150 followers. I'm right now at 130, I think, 131. So very soon I will be playing Valorant. And if you are up for that, if you want to play with me as well, feel free to join in on my stream and just follow me on my social media, join me on my Discord, and also subscribe to my channel to see more of me playing these games. Hope this was useful. If you have feedback, please leave them in the comment below. I love to have some feedback and to improve my content as much as I possibly can. And without further ado, hope you like this video and see you in the next one. Peace.